Welcome back to my wealth space. If this is your first time on the channel, I would like you to subscribe to the channel, and I would like you to share this video and also to hit the notification bell so that any video that comes out, you will be one of those that will first be notified. I want you to support the channel, and I want you to at least empower yourself and empower us also by commenting and saying your own opinion on the comment section. Now, today I am talking about some one video that I made a while back, where we kind of discussed. I talk about owning a property. Is it an asset or is it a liability? So in the video, I kind of mentioned it. I mean, to my own personal opinion, that owning a property is an asset. It's not a liability. The liability part of it is very minimum compared to the overall gain that you are going to have. So now I read a comment where somebody kind of said, what about the maintenance fee, and how can you kind of go about it and making sure if your plumbing is not working, or your all of a sudden your AC stops working, or maybe even your heater stop working, whatever it is that you need to kind of maintain in the house. Every single home that we buy and that we live in, that we call our own property, which is most of the time our residence. uh we have an account which we all know about it, called escrow account. So in the escrow account, we always have a monthly contribution into that account, which takes care of the taxes and take care of the taxes of and insurance of the property. So as we do that, as we do that, we can also kind of have our own personal maintenance account, which we can use to kind of fix if anything goes wrong. I'll say, we can have maybe about 2%, just 2% of our monthly payment on our mortgage payment, or 2% of our income, or 2% that we can put aside. Depending on, again, this depend on the age of our house, and what kind of house it is, that we can put that, open an account for that on the side. I'll say we should try to maintain at least 2% of the value of our property in that account. That way, we would not, be surprised of if anything breaks down, if anything comes that we have to take care of in the house. And believe me, we know nothing lasts forever. We're gonna be having, after 15, 20 years, we're going to be having some little maintenance. Maybe it might be the roof might have to be changed, and it costs money to be able to do that. And now, when it comes to that, sometimes the insurance, depending on what happened, the insurance might be able to cover that, but mostly let us all prepare for little maintenance like that. So I suggested that we can have like 2% of the value of the value of our house, to maintain, to have 2% every month. Let's of our value of our house. So the same way we pay escrow account, the same way we can continue to pay that. So that way, we'll have fund available. At the end of the day, both the maintenance, both the insurance that we pay on the house, or the maintenance that we do in the house, we are going to get everything back when we sell, or when we move, which means we living for free all the while that we live in our house. Now, when I say we are going to get everything back, I don't literally mean saying 100% we are sure, but we will not lose money at all. When we live in our own house, if you want to sell it, you are going to sell it, most of the time, more than what how much you bought it. So that is what I meant, but we are going to get it back. We are going to get our money back. And if you now look at it, getting all your money back, that means you've been living in your house for free all this while. Maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years that you've been living in your house, you've been living for free. So I want us to, look at it from the perspective of it is an asset. The liability that we put, the responsibility that we have by fixing it, or by fixing something that goes wrong, it it is not what it is not big enough to us now say owning your own property is a liability. It is an asset. And I want every one of us to do that. Is the beginning, the foundation of building this generational wealth. When we start to do that, we have been able to start building our generational wealth. Now, let me say this. Uh, some of us have experienced timeshare. Timeshare is kind of a house that, or a property that we buy, that we're supposed to buy, and then we start paying maintenance fee, and start paying insurance on it, and start paying all that. I don't agree to that. I don't. That is not what I'm talking about, owning a property. Now, that right there, to me, is not a decision that I will make. I would never make that, because when we say we buy a property, which is at the timeshare, we don't have address. We don't have key to any property. We don't have free movement in the app in on the property that we're supposed to have owned. So that's a different discussion. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about buying a property of a timeshare and now saying you have a property. That is not what I am talking about. uh, Timeshare, I've seen a lot of people, trying to actually get rid of it, trying to get out of it, and because in the first place, it's not that good. I don't like it. It's if I pay for something, I want to own it. I want to have the key, the address, and I want to have free control over the property that I buy. So I'm not talking about buying a timeshare as a property to say, hey, I own a property. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about single home, investment property. That is what I'm talking about buying a property or a piece of land or whatever it is that we are buying. This is what I'm talking about. Now, the 2% also help us. If you can do that, 2% of the value of the house, 2% of your rent every month, 2%, or you can make it depending on how big the house is. Like I said earlier, you can do that to help yourself to offset the little expenses that will start coming in after your house is being like 10, 15, 17, 18 years. Those things will start coming in. Maybe your refrigerator, maybe your cooker, your stove, maybe your water heater, or stuff like that will start giving up. But that is not enough to now say buying a house is a liability. So it is an asset. It will remain an asset, and this is what I'm bringing to us today. If this is your first time, like I've said earlier, I would like you to subscribe to the channel, and I would like you to comment and share this video. Until I see you all in the next video, thank you and have a wonderful day.